Today I'm going to give you a full body workout using nothing but a stability ball. How you doing, folks? Howard Scorer here from UnGym Yourself. Click on the subscribe link below to get all the information you're ever going to need on working out without a gym. The stability ball can be a very misunderstood piece of equipment in the house. A lot of people buy them and then they sit sad and alone because you're like, what the hell am I supposed to do with it? Well, you can do a lot with a stability ball, but a lot of people only use it for abdominal exercises, and it probably doesn't help if you're doing a search on YouTube because all you're seeing are crunches or 10 million different kinds of abdominal things. But you can do an entire full body workout with a stability ball with just a little bit of creativity and a little bit of knowledge about how to utilize it. So that's what my goal is with this video today. It's going to be 6 exercises. Each exercise is 60 seconds. You get 10 seconds rest between each exercise. The video is in real time, so you can follow along and do the 6-minute workout in real time. You can repeat up to 2 or 3 more times to make it a 25 to 30-minute workout. So what you can do is roll out on the ball, toes pointed on the ball. One of my absolute favorite exercises on a stability ball is a stability ball push-up, mostly because it forces you to engage your core stabilizers while you're doing the push-up. When you're doing the push-up on the stability ball, when you're keeping your body straight, as I'm demonstrating here, it's almost impossible not to engage your core. Just remember to go super slow on the down, count to 3 on the down. What you're having to do is integrate the pelvis, the abdominals, the thoracic spine, and the shoulder girdle in a much more functional way. So when you're doing it, think of a metal rod from your head to your toes, keeping your spine as straight as possible. If you're doing this push-up correctly, you should feel your stabilizers, your core stabilizers, the entire time you're doing the exercise. Last 10 seconds here. Make sure to go down slow, at least for a 3-second count on the down. Drop the ball behind you, kind of hug yourself. The ball wall squat teaches you how to use the right muscles when you're squatting. We all tend to be quad dominant when we squat. What happens with the ball squat is because you are allowed to press against the ball, you can trust kind of leaning back into the squat. So what you want to think of is, especially on the up, is pushing through the heels and contracting the glutes. Go as low as you comfortably can. You should not feel any discomfort in your knees. The ball wall squat is a fantastic way to progress into a fully functional squat. Take a deep breath in, inhale, and then squat down as you exhale. This is a fantastic bookend to a movement we're going to do a little bit later called the ball glute bridge, which also will help you with the proper firing of your glute. Push your feet against the wall so that you feel relatively stable. The reason why this is called tire traps is you're making a letter T, you're making a letter Y, and you're making a letter I. Each of these will help strengthen your lower and mid traps, which are the most important part of your back to work on, especially because of how over-dominant we are in our upper traps. What you're doing here is you're stabilizing the lower body to move the upper body. So you're using your extender muscles, your erector spinae muscles to extend your back. But what you're also doing is you're strengthening your lower and middle traps by doing these 3 movements. What it's doing is it's pulling you back. Your everyday movements, being on the computer all day, it's very rare that you strengthen your middle and your lower traps, so it's super important that you do this. Ooh, it's harder than it looks. While this may look like the silliest of exercise, it's actually one of the most important. Twisting is an essential primal pattern. It's a movement that is super important in our daily life, and we just don't do enough of it. So it's important that you do this to get your spine to twist and rotate in a safe way. You want to pivot the opposite leg just to give yourself a little more ability to rotate at the spine. After doing 30 seconds on one side, switch to the other side. The most common source of back injuries involves twisting and bending. Twisting movements of the spine are super important to almost all functional movement. And the less you can rotate, the less functional you can be. Therefore, this is a really fantastic kind of free-form exercise to just get your body to twist and rotate. The bridge is a super important exercise in that most of us are sitting all day, which shuts down our glutes. It shuts down the glutes' ability to fire properly. So this movement is an important way to make sure that you're stretching your hips as well as getting the glutes to fire and activate. It's a super important move, and doing it on the stability ball just makes it even more of a great exercise in that it allows you to kind of really push the glutes to fire even a little bit more. When you're doing this, you want to push through the heels to get the glutes to really contract. If you're feeling one glute more than the other, you would just want to mentally focus on the glute that's not firing as much to try and get it to equal the output of the glute that you're feeling more. There are different progressions on a crunch on the stability ball, so we're going to go from easiest to hardest. The easiest is arms reaching forward like you see right now. To make it more difficult, you're going to do hands across the chest. A further progression is hands by the ears. Remember, don't support your head. You want to have your head move naturally so that your head, your ability to engage in neck flexion and extension is also part of the crunch. And then the final way to do it is hands reaching overhead, which is going to increase the torque. The first thing you should know is when you start the crunch, make sure your tongue is on the roof of your mouth, behind your front teeth, and draw the belly button inward. The crunch is complete when your abdominals are fully contracted, so you should feel that. You want to exhale as you perform the crunch and inhale as you return to the start position. You've gotten this far and you're following along at home. Congratulations, you've done one full circuit. Give yourself a 30-second rest. Go back to the 1 minute mark on the YouTube video and start over again and do this 2 more times. This is what the workout looks like if you want to repeat it somewhere else without following along with the video. Hey folks, hope you found today helpful. If you did, please click on the subscribe link for weekly workouts and updates on UnGym Yourself. Go to my website, UnGym Yourself, to get my free UnGym Yourself ebook, which will show you how to design a kick-ass UnGym Yourself workout. Thanks, folks. Have a good day.